This is Bombay, the bustling metropolis and nerve center of India's industrial and commercial activity, busy as ever. Not far from Bombay is Borivali, a favorite place for tourists and picnickers. The Gandhi Memorial in the Borivali National Park is a well-known landmark. Right across the park is a recent addition to Borivali landscape. The factory building of the Cable Corporation of India Limited, a prime center for the manufacture of cables and wires. This functionally designed building houses the most up-to-date machinery that turns out day and night cables and wires so vital to the India of today. The Cable Corporation of India is a joint Indo-German venture promoted by the industrial houses of the Khataus and Takasis on the Indian side, and on the German side, the industrial house of Siemens and Felton and Guillaume. Here is Indo-German collaboration at work at a board meeting of the directors. German know-how of the house of Siemens, Indo-German capital, German machinery, and Indian labor are the four cornerstones of this industrial enterprise. An enterprise considered so important that the World Bank provided credit for the import of machinery. The path for this Indo-German collaboration was prepared a century ago by Werner von Siemens, the founder of the well-known German house for electrical goods. It was he who in 1870 laid the overland telegraphic cable from London to Calcutta, which was in use till 1933. Now by House of Siemens, manufactured by the Cable Corporation of India, more familiarly known as the CCI. Here are samples of PVC cables and paper-insulated cables, products which enjoy prestige in the market. Since 1960, when the factory was started, the CCI has produced cables and wires worth several rupees, thereby saving for the country very valuable foreign exchange. At the Borivali factory, one gets a fascinating impression of how cables and wires of the highest quality are made with precision and engineering skill. Copper and aluminium are the two basic raw materials for the conductor. Copper wires, which arrive with a dark, dismal oxide coating, require cleaning first. They have to undergo a pickling process. Sulfuric acid does the job. Now they're ready to enter the factory. Production starts here with the huge wire drawing machines. Wires of specified diameters are drawn out of the rods in a cold way, eased by greasing liquid. Copper wires have to go through yet another process, called annealing, to become soft again. it is done easily and efficiently in an automatic manner. The wires, copper and aluminium, are wound neatly on bobbins in this machine. Then, these bobbins are mounted on the stranding machines. The stranding process is fascinating to watch. The principle of stranding is the same, whether it is for making cables or ropes. These rope makers of nearby Warsaw do it in the time-honored way with their bare hands. But at the CCI factory, machines handle the tough and strong wires easily and strand them together compactly and securely. Paper insulation for aluminium stranded cables is done automatically by these spinners. It is one streamlined process on the same machine till the core is ready. Various cores, as many as required, are then stranded together. Paper-insulated cables are now impregnated. The cables are thoroughly immersed in impregnation compound and kept for 36 hours in vacuum containers. The lead press covers the cable with a continuous sheath of lead as protection against moisture. Made for working voltages up to 11 kV, these paper-insulated cables are traditional and popular. The armoring process is a long and complicated one. The lead-sheathed cable acquires various layers of paper, cotton tape, and Hessian tapes. Again and again, they are dipped in bitumen compound. And then comes the steel tape armoring. They are now strong, sturdy, and proof against the elements. With more and more power stations springing up all over the country, paper cables are in continuous demand. Supporting the factory is a modern workshop where repairs are carried out. Tools and dies are also made here. Lunch break is the time when the employees of the CCI relax from their vigilant work. In this modern canteen, they get good meals at nominal rates. Members of the staff have their own canteen. The works manager and the senior staff members meet at periodical conferences. German and Indian officers are here discussing improvements and planning substantial expansion. Such conferences are essential in a factory like the CCI, where complicated processes are involved, as for instance in the PVC section. Polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, the thermoplastic, arrives in powdery form. The powder is mixed with other chemicals and compounded in this complex plant. The resulting PVC compound is resistant to fire and water, alkalis and mild acids. PVC insulation thus makes the cables and wires flame retardant, corrosion proof and resistant to aging, an advantage over conventional paper cables. It is ideal for installation in chemical industries. PVC compound first emerges from the plant in sausage form, and these are cut into granules. Different colors are produced to distinguish the various cores. Be it simple wire or stranded cable, the process of PVC insulation is the same. Colorful PVC granules are poured into the extrusion machine, and as the copper wire passes through, it is automatically sheathed and insulated. Such insulation makes the wires easy for handling and installation. PVC wires and cables do not attract water or moisture. They are light, neat, colorful and attractive. Rigid quality control at every stage of manufacture is a must at the Borivali plant. The labels are stamped with the technical production control markings indicating checks and rechecks. PVC cables of different strands and cross-sections require an inner sheath of rubber. Rubber sheets are fed continuously into this extruder. The stamp of reliability, CCI Tropador, is embossed at regular intervals on the cable. Tropador is the first choice of discerning cable users. cables are tested by subjecting them to loads much heavier than they are intended and designed to carry. This is the control room, manned by experts, who subject every product going out of this factory to various types of tests. Exacting standards are adopted and records kept. Each material used is tested and tried most thoroughly before being released for production. From the raw materials to the finished products, everything is up to the high specifications of the Indian Standards Institution. In the drum shop, expert carpenters, with the help of modern machines, produce the sturdy drums on which the cables are wound for dispatch. Now the troubadour and paper cables are planked and made ready to leave their Borivali factory. They will find new homes in near and distant places. And wherever they are installed, they will serve as faithful and steadfast carriers of energy in homes and streets, power stations and railway yards, in factories and workshops, above ground and underground. Day after day, year after year, this colorful cavalcade goes on, carrying with it the goodwill and guarantee of this Indo-German collaboration, which will always play a vital role in the progress and welfare of India. Cables are the very arteries of modern life, carrying power and energy, linking places and people. Here a paper cable is laid underground. The complexities and ingenuity of this age demand a wide range of cables for various specialized needs. Their laying and handling becomes a specialized job. The principles of jointing these aluminium cables are simple, but it requires the highest care and experience. Specialists, trained by Siemens, do this job competently and securely. Laying and installation of the light PVC cables is much easier and quicker. PVC cables do not need any cable end box for indoor terminations, which is one of their definite advantages. The wiring of a distribution box is very neat and compact. For the termination of PVC cables at the transformers, special type of glands are used. There are special terminals for high-tension paper cables. Colorful PVC wires make domestic installations attractive. Among the CCI's many aims is to serve homes and families everywhere. CCI cables, tens of thousands of kilometers of cables, carriers of energy, carriers of power, carriers of progress.